Technology Integration Project. In today's day and age, there's a need to keep up with the digital times, especially as technology continues to be in everything that we are doing, from little kids at the age of 2 and 3 all the way through people who are employed in a workforce. The traditional model of education with the lecture and straight rows is no longer sufficient. Students must keep up with the 21st century life skills needed for college and for the workplace. Smartphones are accessible at everyone's fingertips, allowing them to access information anywhere, anytime, and being able to utilize that thought process in learning is important as well. And collaborative learning involves collaboration spaces that are both in and out of the classroom. Here's a quote by Vanessa Vega, a former Edutopia senior manager. At the heart of effective technology integration, technology offers opportunities to be more actively involved in the learning experience. Looking at the learning theory associated with the integration of technology, the sociocultural perspective by Vygotsky is one that really stands out. So looking at the ethnicity, gender, culture, and socioeconomic status of the students and how that influences their behavior. Learning can take place in formal and informal ways. So as students are interacting with their families, with teachers, friends, the community, that's shaping the type of learner they're going to be and the information and experiences they're taking into their other situations. Looking at the zone proximal development, if you look in the center, you're going to look at learning. So the learning that can be achieved without assistance, which in this day and age, that's technology. You give a 3-year-old an iPad or a smartphone, they're able to work their way around it without anyone's assistance. But as you start expanding, then you start looking at learning that can be achieved with assistance. So that is where the instructor curriculum comes in, their content expertise, the instructor really bringing in the connection, the relatability, the bridge between what the students' experiences and their ability to learn to specific content material. And as that integration of technology continues to expand, there are definitely areas that maybe people feel they're unattainable, but they can still achieve that particular thing based on the exposure that they're having in their social circles. Another way to look at this learning theory is also Bloom's digital taxonomy. So looking at the hierarchy, traditionally Bloom's taxonomy, but looking at this in today's day and age. So integrating technology at different levels. So at the low order thinking level, you can have things such as remembering. So that could be bookmarking a specific website, copying and pasting information, going to your understanding where you're actually tagging or subscribing to certain journals, applying knowledge, being able to edit information, upload information that you've created, analyzing, mind mapping, linking things together, evaluating. So in this evaluation tool, especially in the class, this can come where you're grading or peer evaluations. You're doing testing or you're posting to provide the example of what you have learned and how it applies. And then at the highest level, creating. So this is where students start blogging, creating documentaries based off of research they've conducted, or even developing a podcast where you are tackling issues that are important to you. So utilizing technology at different levels. So for this particular technology integration, I utilized a first time in college summer bridge. The summer bridge is for incoming TAMU-CC Islanders for them to prepare themselves for the college level coursework and the college level lifestyle that goes along with being a student. This is geared towards students who self-identify as underprepared based off of a test that they might have taken or their GPA in high school. It can also be for students who are first generation and would like some information about college and get a better understanding before they start. Low-income students. When a student comes from a low-income family, when that student does achieve a degree, they're able to bring their entire family up one pay grade. So being able to help students understand that the summer before they actually start brings that relevancy on why this is important in a bigger scale. The course is held on campus for students within a 50-mile radius. However, there are students who are outside of that, so an online option is available for students to live stream in. Utilizing a learning management system assists with the 5-week course and being able to develop curriculum that's accessible to everyone regardless of their physical location, whether they're on campus or off. For this LMS, Course Sites was used for that anytime, anywhere learning. They're able to access Course Sites with a mobile device, and they're able to access it online if they have a laptop with the web-based program. They can watch instructional videos, respond to discussion forums, and complete assignments using their mobile app. So looking at the class, before the students get started, they're able to click on the before you get started and see computer requirements, the netiquette guides, and an overview of what College 101 is. Within that folder, there is a interactive video where students will watch things related to TAMCC and College 101 and be able to respond. There's instructor contact information, goals and objectives of the College 101 course, and then week 1. So the module for week 1, which week 1 is over grit and growth mindset. So their curriculum for week 1 is laid out for them, and they'll just follow along watching videos, completing assessments, completing their week 1 assignment, and then their week 1 discussion. So coming back to the cell phone, you're able to see what it looks like on a cell phone with the course content before you get started, overview of College 101, and then week 1. As they click on things, it'll expand, so they're able to access this on their mobile device. Module 1, introduce the concept. So relevancy, the length of time to be introduced to the concept, those are things students are trying to figure out. For this particular module, a TEDx video was used. They're very well known. And then understanding a growth mindset. Everyone knows the story of the tortoise and the hare, so being able to use that. So scaffolding the information what the students are already aware of and bringing in more information for them. Comparing to others is really important. Social media, being connected to others. So utilizing the grit scale to determine the level of grit compared to other people. Technology. There's an activity to deepen their understanding, so they will create a digital vision board, which they could utilize a mobile app such as Canva or a photo editor that allows them to bring multiple photos together, and they'll post their vision board online. So all of it will be created digitally. And lastly, the other important thing for Generation X is having a voice. So the evaluation tool used for Module 1 is a discussion post where the students will reflect on what their understanding of grit and growth mindset is and how they will incorporate that into their life and just overall their experience in college. Classrooms are not bound by walls. So with online LMS systems, we can get outside of 4 walls and bring people together from different environments. They're also not bound by book covers. Information is accessible through multiple platforms, so being able to find information, synthesize it, and create an output is important. Some things that I learned with my pilot for this particular course was assignment interactions. People wanted to know how long a particular assignment will take, and then that student's confidence in navigating an LMS will determine the time that's spent on the task. If they're figuring out how to work that system, it's going to take them a little bit longer to understand how to move from one assignment to the next. Technology, not all FTIC students are straight from high school. Some of them have been out of school for a while, so understanding that everyone has a different level of technological understanding, and also the compatibility for devices. And lastly, the students' perspectives. This goes back to the sociocultural perspective. So looking at what the students are coming into the class with and making sure that the assignments are detailed, clear, and concise so that questions can be asked and answered. Here's a list of references utilized during this presentation.